Okay, I am about an hour driving time away from where I want to go. And I want to go on record as to say that I already know I'm not going to be able to make it all the way into my destination. There is plenty of evidence that the road is not going to be passable. I'm about a week too early because there is way too much snow still left in the woods. The lakes are still frozen. And the road I'm trying to get to isn't maintained in the wintertime. And I should save my money, save some time, turn around, and go back right now. Just saying. Okay, left turn in the moment of truth here. Let's see how the road looks. Wow. Not as bad as I thought it was going to be. So far, so good. That could change pretty quickly. Right. Bring you guys back if anything changes. Okay, we're passing the point now where I need a road permit to go any further, and I have my road permit. Water flowing across the road. There's already tracks ahead of me here. So I will keep going. Alright, here we go. Pretty deep snow. Definitely using my all-wheel drive and snow tires in that section. And then we get clear road. Oh, muddy clear road. And we carry on. So the question is, should I go down this hill or not? In other words, will I be able to get back up? We seem to have come to a bit of a block in the road here, but it's another vehicle, and it's a truck. If he stopped here, maybe that's a sign, right? So he's going to try and turn around, and I'm just going to pull off here and see how he does, because I think we've gone as far as we're going to go. So let's just watch what happens here. Well, here's how an all-wheel drive is going to do. Plenty of ground clearance. Having a bit of trouble tracking.
You want me to stick around to make sure you get around all right?
Oh, that's all right. I'm not going that far down.
All right.
Yeah. After I saw that. And yes, that's as far as we're going today. Well, that seals it. I'm going to make the right decision and stop here with the vehicle and not go any further, because I do not want to get stuck. I doubt there'll be anybody else along other than an ATV perhaps to help me get unstuck. But the good thing is I made it as far as the Crown Land, which means I get to stop, explore and play around before I have to head back. So it's not going to be a total loss. And here's why we won't be camping here. Not allowed. Just a week or two too early. One of the things I wanted to do today was spend a little time learning about trees. More specifically, I'm going to be looking for some balsam fir today. Shouldn't be too hard. Okay, so this is Eastern Hemlock. Nice to meet you. You can tell by the needles and the bark of a mature tree like this one. According to the book, interesting fact about this tree is it can live up to 1,000 years old. Right. Now this one right here is a little easier. You take a look at the needles. You can tell right away this is an Eastern White-Cedar. Now Eastern White-Cedar is an easy one for me. Easy to identify. But an interesting fact from the book, native people used Eastern White-Cedar to prevent scurvy and taught this practice to French settlers, giving rise to the name Tree of Life. And some species have been known to grow as long as 700 years. I should probably also mention that dead white cedar trees are my favorite, all-time favorite wood for constructing the amazing wilderness camp chair. Shameless plug. Shameless. Still, this is not the tree I'm looking for today. Now, this is another easy one for me. This is an Eastern white pine, and even though I can't show you the needles way up here on the tree, down here at the bottom, I can show you the needles. Definitely an Eastern white pine. And this one here, it's spectacular. It's huge. Oh, no way I can put my arms around it. Huge. Another easy one. This one is beech, and the small trees like this one, the leaves usually persist into the spring, and it's a great source of dry tinder. This is a much larger beech tree, and you can really see the smooth bark. That's what gives it away. And we can find a husk from a beech nut, already harvested by a critter by the looks of it. Now this is a really cool, rare find, at least at this size. This is a yellow birch. Now if I get in really close to the bark here, it's really tough to tell that this is actually a birch tree. But it is a birch tree, and it is a big one. Beautiful. Yellow birch. I didn't realize this from the book on the yellow birch. The aromatic twigs and leaves make excellent tea. Trees can also be tapped in spring, and the sap can be boiled down to make syrup or fermented to make beer. I don't know about that. Yellow birch can live 150 to 300 years. Well, well, look what we have here. Incense cedar fungus. Seems to be a little bit more common than I originally thought. Okay, now behind me, right here, we have a large tooth aspen. And I can tell two ways. Well, right away, I can tell by the bark. And the reason that's a significant find for me, anyway, is if you can find a dead one, you can harvest the bark and use that as a handhold for the bow drill fire. Still not the tree we are looking for. that would be a red squirrel, and if he could find some acorns right now, they're very territorial. He'll be dropping them on my head to try and get me out of here. And that, of course, is a maple tree. You can tell by the bark. And of course, if you're lucky, you can tell by the leaves that have collected around the bottom of the tree. And of course, larger versions of that tree are what we are tapping right now to make maple syrup. I love maple syrup. You tricky devil. You look like chaga, but you are not chaga. No, no. Wow, I was having a bit of a child of the universe moment there. Not often do I get a chance to watch them for that long. Usually they hear me or see me and they take off. And all you see is their white tail going like this. Bye-bye. Where that deer was hanging out was just a sea of mullein. So I took advantage of this opportunity and collected a few beautiful straight hand drills. But not to put too fine a point on it, I still have not found the tree I was looking for. Well, it occurred to me that perhaps now is a good time to move back up this hill and see if I can actually get out of here. Pretty sure I can. But good thing I waited till my help is long gone. Well, so far so good. Let's see how we do on this hill. Brilliant. Brilliant. I think we're going to be all right. I think. Oh, now you start to have thoughts about, would I have been able to make it all the way? Should I try? I'm already here. Ah. At least I didn't get stuck. That's a good thing. Okay, you don't get too many guesses to figure out what that is. Let's go harvest it. Oh yeah. Look at that, baby. It's gonna be tasty. Oh, Yeah, right on. Wonder if I can get that trusty knife. There we go. Beauty. And we'll leave the rest of that. Hopefully grow some more for another day. Whew. And that means some chaga tea tonight. There's a whole bunch of natural breath freshener right here. Look at that. It looks like a good one. Tastes like spearmint. Good. Yay, I finally found them. There's a few balsam fir right here. Wow, that was a lot tougher than I thought it was going to be. It's a little hard to see, but there are bubbles with sap in them. There you go. Little tiny sap bubbles. That's how you know you've got the right one. And if you've ever had the Buckley's cough and cold medicine, you'll recognize the taste of that sap. Now, I have to find a dead one. And where you find live balsam fir trees, you will also find dead balsam fir trees. So, before I completely lose my light, I'm going to harvest it, take it home with me. It was an awful lot of searching, but I think we have success. Somewhere in here, I think we're going to have a good bow drill kit. Now I have some new material to test out. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you for joining me during this wilderness adventure. Hope you learned something about trees. I know I certainly did. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye for now. I don't know why I say I'll see you in the next video. I won't see you. I know you're there from the comments, but you'll see me in the next video. That's better.